because I was melting. I was sweating profusely, and one day the fever broke. I think it was after a week of being in there. They were threatening me. They were like, "Miss Barry, you must get up. You can't sit on your ass all day." I'm like, "Sit on my ass?" I was not aware of anything. And when the fever broke, I actually did get up. I made my way to the bathroom, and I was sitting on the toilet with the door open, and I looked over to where my bed is. There was a white feather there. And then I knew, because I knew there were angels around me for days trying to provide healing for, I needed really deep healing. I don't know. And um so I know that there is a deeper purpose for me to be here now. Okay? I did not die. They thought I was going to die. They kept telling me, "We need to make sure that you don't have lesions in your brain," because I had them in my spine, my T12 spine. I had one in my right hip and my left femur near my knee, my leg. And it didn't look good. They didn't know what to do with me anymore. They told me, "That's it." My doctor said, "Mrs. Perry, there is no other medicine for you. We are just waiting for it to go to your brain, and that's it. For me to say goodbye to everybody." Yep. Guess what? Then my husband died. Holy shit. I'm the one that's supposed to be dying, but he's the one that died. He left, right? He's not dead. He's dead physically, right? He's, believe me, he's around here. Yeah. Talk about trauma, drama, and everything. I had to like switch gears fast. Yeah, switch fast. And even now, this week, they told me, my guides, my angels, the higher realms, divine, divinity, whatever you think, they told me I have to be who I am, period. Or I will go back into the circle of life, of the way this world runs. I don't want that. My soul does not want that. My soul told me it wants to dance with the cosmos. I had no idea what that meant. What? What does this mean? What is dancing with the cosmos? Dancing with the stars. Yeah, I saw my own soul. During the day. It's like one day I'm sitting here. I was in a lot of pain. My hip, my right hip. I was told to go outside. So I went outside. The sun was right over my head. I was told, close your eyes and look up. Close your eyes with your head up, basically. Because you cannot really look. It's true what science says, not to stare at the sun with your eyes for too long, right? So, and I saw with my third eye, or my soul, and it was I can't I can't explain it. It was many colors. It was vibrant and alive and huge, bright, so bright. And I opened my eyes because what? This ain't real, right? And I saw the same thing. Many colors. And it was, if you want to say wings, if you want to say what you want to say. But it was like a prism, a kaleidoscope of colors. And it was bright, 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 so warm. And I disappeared into it. And there was no more pain. I could stand there for a long time. I don't know how long I was there, standing outside. I was home alone that day, and Nathan was in school. It was like I went somewhere else, complete bliss. And then I just all of a sudden showed back up on the ground, standing there with awe. How do you explain that? Right? So I tried telling people around me. And now I'm telling the world. You know why? Because it doesn't matter anymore. I want to go to the higher realms in physical body, because that's what my soul wants. Okay, my soul has already experienced drama, trauma, religion, everything. It everything. They're showing me hundreds of lifetimes. Hundreds of lifetimes. Didn't know about that either. Yeah. There was always a part of me that believed in incarnation, right? Because it didn't feel like scary. So what? Right? All my life, incarnation. I'm like, yep. Even being in the Christian church, the Catholic church, visiting the Baptist church, going to Buddhist church, I've been to many different types of churches looking for Christ. Yeah. Different denominationals, talking to priests, before I got married as a young, trying to figure out what is this? What is this calling that I have? I didn't understand. I never ever thought of being a medium, or I know I was a spirit already, so I didn't think spirituality was a woo-woo or icky or what people are so scared about. No. Uh didn't none of that bothered me. Ghosts didn't bother me either. I saw them a lot. Yeah. What I didn't like was dreams. The bad dreams. And those dreams were other entities trying to infiltrate into my consciousness. I understand now. I literally understand step by step of this lifetime and how it connects back or forward. Yes. And I accept it. Okay? I accept that Christ lives within me, within you, within everything. Christ is in dogs, trees, plants, the earth, crystalline, the diamond, the light, the white light, the water. Okay? If you want Christ to be in a body, He has been here. He has. He has told you you will do bigger things than I. Right? I mean, if you follow the Bible, there's a lot of truth in there too, and there's a lot of distortion. Like, you'll tell you a truth, and then they'll just leave a big gap, and then you fall. Like, what? And then all of a sudden there's manipulation. Then they tell you the truth, and then they fall again. It's like the bridge is broken in between these truths. But if you listen to your heart will tell you the truth. If it feels good without manipulation, then listen to it. Right? Without manipulation, without pressure. Now, the physical pressure that you see me having when I do these videos is because of the trauma and drama I've had in this lifetime and many lifetimes. Okay, because this I didn't understand either. So you reincarnate with the past lineage of your soul. Some of you say, okay, yeah, I can handle cleaning up the mess that my mother and father and whatever, cousin, whatever, in the past experiences that you had. Yes. Some of you say yes and then deny it. I've had a lot of timelines, my past lineage, that were dramatic towards my brain. I was born with brain deformities. A lot of people don't know this, even my own family. So there's a lot of healing happening in my brain, and I feel it physically. You might not see what I'm sensing right now on this side. Okay? I did not have the brain. I had the skull of I don't know which there's like 5 different stages of humans, right? I have the skull, but I do not have the brain. The little organs around the brain. Okay. Sorry, my nose is running. I do not have forehead sinuses. I do not have little organs in my brain. I had a CAT scan done a long time ago before cancer, and my ENT was shocked. He's like, you have to show this to all your doctors, and it freaked me out because he was so amazed. He was like, what? You know, if you search this is like, goes back to like Star Child, but then I found out there's actually a lot of people like this throughout the world, not like in clusters, like in state, in like Rhode Island or Mass or whatever. You know what I mean? There are people around the world that have these types of brains like mine. Okay. So yes, between being born with trauma from the past lineage of my soul, per se, or oversoul, my soul aspects. It's really hard to explain. I am now healing this. And I also had trauma in this lifetime as a kid. Falling off a horse wagon, hitting my head, and other things that's happened to me, you know, just because you're a kid. So that is what's being fixed in my brain. So that is why I feel and I make faces, and it might look scary to you, but I'm actually being healed. My brain, my physical brain, is catching up to the brain that should be in this body, in the bones, right, in the skull, right? Because I have little organs missing in throughout my head. I'm very sensitive to things that are happening around the world. I can feel I don't know if it's but I can feel really weather things already. Oh, earthquakes. I have dreams about them. All kinds of things. I've always been, when I was a kid, I had a doctor that I was very sick in Brazil. I stayed in my mom's bedroom on a mattress for months. And every time the doctor came in, I would tell him, it's going to rain later on. There's going to be a tornado. This place is going to have an earthquake. So and so, all these things. So he called me the weather girl. Yeah. But then I healed. But was allergic to everything under the sun. I used to go outside. If I was under the sun too long, I'd pass out. Eventually, I became stronger and stronger. I had a lot of allergies, asthma, all that stuff. I don't have that stuff anymore. Because evolution is happening to me. Okay, my soul that created me, this spirit, this physical spirit, is wishing to keep going, right? So I'm not going to go backwards. I'm not. I'm going to do my best that I can as I understand it, as it comes through. And that's my goal, really. I could tell you stories all day long. And literally, my guides tell them this happened to you. Tell them this happened to you. Tell them that happened to you. Tell them this. Tell them that. And I could write a book about this stuff. But at first, it was like, no one's going to believe me. But there are a lot of people out there in this world that have these stories that are hiding the stories also. And I am becoming more confident that I can share my stories. So I'm proud of myself. And I did have some people comment horrible things to me before. And people that don't understand what's happening. When you accept everything in divinity, right? And you accept that you've had lifetimes of negative influences, and now you're ready to go into the positive influences. You embody all that. You accept it. You let go of it. And you're like, wow, this is what it means to live, to accept the negative and the positive of your body. Your body holds this, right? Your right brain is positive. Your left brain is negative. You embody this. And if you go into biology and scientific matters, it tells you this. Your cells are created in this way. Your organs are created in this way. Everything is negative and positive. When you accept this, now you're ready to have fun, to not experience trauma and drama the same way. Then you become honorable. You honor yourself. You respect yourself. You love yourself. You become the love that you are. I mean, I always knew that stuff. That was basics to me. I didn't know that a lot of people didn't know this. And It's blown my mind that a lot of people don't know this. And I never actually spoke to anyone around me this way. I tried. Nobody liked it. Nobody liked deep conversations about reality. That the soul comes here to experience physicality in whatever form it wants to. You have to accept that. Your soul wants to experience stuff, creates a planetary system, and imagine, it's all a thought, right? It's magical. Creates it by calling upon these other body consciousness, let's say, and say, I know you have this ability and you have this ability and you can do this and you can do that. How can we come together and create a wonderful experience? Now that we know the lower realms, can we experience in physicality the higher realms? And that's what's coming. And that's what is being asked of the people, a lot of the people, to want and not be afraid to say yes to that. Okay? Some souls are young and have not had the experience and will stay in the lower realms. Lower realms just means lower in the way that you are experience physicality. You don't need to experience physicality by killing anyone, by hurting people, by judging people. You can experience physicality in kindness. It's just a way to explain how physicality came about. It took one dimension, two, and then three, right? If you look into the math of this, you look at something in one angle, and then two angles, and three angles, four, and so on, and so on, and so on. It grows in a minute. The unified ones can explain this better. But there's also math to it, right? God has math in it, has science in it, has everything in it. It's all that is. Yeah. So there's a lot of souls on this planet now that are meant to rise and that are scared to do so. And that is why I was given the chance to live, to tell my story. They call me the living guide because I've gone through the many things that people are going through, have gone through, and have questions about. Okay? So I have answers for those who have questions. If you have a question, then you must desire an answer, right? So that's what my guides tell me. And that's what I'm supposed to do. I have given life again. Because my soul is ready to experience a higher love of itself. It's now becoming part of who I am. It's part of my body. I'm allowing more light to live within me by my choices. So you choose. Choose where you want to be. Choose who you want to be. You do have a choice. Don't let people manipulate you. If something feels off, no matter what it is, follow your gut feeling. Follow your heart. Follow your consciousness, not the negative one. If you're tired of listening to the negative consciousness, the brain, if you will, there's layers to the brain. then you want to listen to the one that is praising you and saying, yes, you can do this. Okay? Okay. So this is a very long video. I'm going to stop it. And I can't believe that my phone hasn't turned off. Alrighty then. I will break it down into 1, 2, 3 parts, I guess. I have to ask my son to help me with that. It's not my best thing to do. I'm still learning this technology. I'd rather talk face to face or, face to face, one on one, in person. I'm tired of this phone call. I'm tired of talking to a phone. What happened to talking to people, man? Sucks. All right. No fear. Okay? If you have a little fear, breathe it out. I am safe. I am safe. Remember that. You are safe at all times. All right. Love to all. Even, actually, should say love to self. Love yourself. Not in an egotistic way. When you respect yourself, you listen to yourself, and you listen to the love, the guidance that's within. That's love. That alone will show others how they can love themselves. So even saying I love you is distorted. For if you can show people how to love yourself, they will learn how to love themselves. Okay, not by acquiring money and things, no, but in the deeper way of compassion. Okay, so that's what I wish for everyone. Okay, so instead of saying I love you, I'm going to say love yourself. Okay, I hope that makes sense. This is the new world for those who do not wish to be in fear anymore, wish to live in freedom and peace and harmony. Those are the things you wish for. All right. See ya later, alligator, like the unified ones pulled out of my head. I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Bye.